Currently, it is a reality that a team may opt to select a quarterback in the first 3 rounds of the 2025 NFL Draft, especially if they fail to secure contracts with standout players. I will conduct a thorough analysis of scouting reports on athletes such as Shatter Sanders, Jackson Dart, Tyler Shuck, and others. During this space, comprehensive content on the draft will be provided, including detailed analyses of prospects and position rankings in areas that require reinforcement. A weekly 7-round draft simulator will also be featured, analyzing new talents each week and projecting them for the team. To begin, it is preferable not to invest a first-round pick in a quarterback, as this is not a particularly strong class in terms of quarterbacks, traditionally speaking, and it would be more beneficial to select a player with high potential in another position, such as a defensive tackle, running back, or cornerback, where impactful athletes can truly be found in this year's first round. A quarterback in the first round should not be risked. On the other hand, if there is no success in signing standout players, selecting a quarterback in that round becomes a very real possibility. Although there may be satisfaction with the return of a player, they do not prove to be a sustainable long-term option. Therefore, it will be necessary to adjust the focus to the future if desired signings are not made during free agency. Before diving into all the names and scouting reports, it is important to note that one specific player will not be discussed, as it is clear that another team will select this athlete with the first overall pick and shows no intention of trading draft positions. Therefore, this player will likely be the first overall pick and will be left out of the discussion. An athlete who might eventually fall in the selections and be available is Shatter Sanders from Colorado. I believe he has a strong chance of establishing himself as a competent starting quarterback in the NFL. Let's start with the positive aspects of Shatter Sanders. I'm impressed by his mental processing. His ability to progress through reads is remarkable, efficiently moving through his progressions and reaching pass options, which is crucial for playing in the professional league. His mental processing skills are certainly commendable. Another admirable characteristic is his quick and clean release. It is evident that he has received top-notch training. His release is extremely smooth, and his throwing mechanics contribute to his consistent accuracy, especially on short and intermediate throws. He demonstrates surgical precision in these areas and also shows good accuracy on deep throws. What I really value in Shatter Sanders is his ball placement. It's one thing to throw the ball precisely, creating opportunities for receivers, but another to know which shoulder to aim for to protect wide receivers, as well as understanding coverage, leverage, and where to place the ball when passing. Shatter Sanders seems to grasp these concepts more deeply than other athletes in this draft class. Understanding which side to throw the ball on to protect the receivers, recognizing coverages, the advantages, and determining the ideal point to make a pass is essential. This player excels in this area, perhaps more than anyone else in this group, with the exception of another quarterback. Additionally, his experience with pressure is notable. His team's offensive line was quite inefficient, leading to frequent pressure situations. This gave him a realistic perspective of playing in the National Football League, facing an offensive line with struggles and constantly having to adapt to pressure. It's worth noting that he might be the most talented quarterback in this class when it comes to handling these difficult situations. When defenders arrive quickly, he shows the ability to sidestep and knows exactly when and how to move forward or step out of the pocket to keep plays alive. His statistics under pressure are a testament to his competency, as he stands out among quarterbacks in this class for this reason. Moreover, his ability to recognize blitzes is impressive. He notices when the defense is trying to increase the pressure. He communicates effectively with the offensive line and running backs to ensure everyone is prepared for the blitz. And he's also skilled at identifying the source of the pressure. This is another positive quality observed in his game. His ability to throw the ball while moving deserves a mention as well, a part of his game that may be underestimated. His ability to make plays outside the structure of the offense is exceptional. When he escapes the pocket, he is undeniably one of the most accurate passers on the move, combining that with solid instincts to create opportunities. He keeps his eyes downfield, showing great awareness to find an open receiver. Finally, it's crucial to recognize the enormous pressure that comes with being a starting quarterback in the National Football League, along with the unique challenges of being under the spotlight for extended periods. His ability to handle that pressure while performing at a high level is truly impressive. The pressure that comes with being the son of a prominent figure and being under the national spotlight for a long time is significant. The way he has handled that pressure and performed on the field deserves recognition. Coming into a team like the Steelers, he arrives with high expectations from the fans, and I have full confidence that he will be able to handle that pressure and shine. However, there are some issues that need to be addressed. The first point to highlight about Shatter is that when considering the standards for starting NFL quarterbacks, his arm strength is below average. Although I believe his strength is slightly above that of other players who have succeeded in the league, he will need to improve his anticipation and mental processing ability, which presents a considerable challenge. His arm strength does not align with the common NFL standards for starting quarterbacks. What truly concerns me about Shatter is that he combines this subpar arm strength with a clear lack of anticipation in his game. This may seem contradictory, considering his reputation as a competent mental processor. The difference lies in the distinction between mental processing and anticipation. While Shatter is able to progress through his reads from 1 to 2, 3, and 4, he often waits for his receiver to break free before making the pass. In the NFL, having a limited arm combined with a lack of anticipation can lead to a high number of interceptions, especially when throwing over the middle of the field, where Shatter tends to direct many of his passes. Additionally, I've noticed that he often holds onto the ball longer than necessary, especially for an athlete who has already executed several running and short pass plays in the previous season. Upon reviewing his film, it becomes clear that during his full field reads, he frequently holds the ball for an extended period. This relates to his reluctance to release the ball quickly, as he waits for his receiver to get open, which ultimately prolongs the time before he can complete the pass. The analysis is somewhat comprehensive, and this is due to the lack of anticipation, as he's not releasing the ball in a predictable manner. He waits for his receiver to break free from coverage, which creates additional time before making the pass. However, his average release time, relative to the average depth of the target, is not suitable for a college quarterback with aspirations to play in the National Football League. This situation ties back to the college offense he played in under a coach, which consisted of many screen plays and RPOs, resulting in a high completion percentage. There is also the question of the player's potential, which is good, but not exceptional. He can move a little, stepping out of the pocket to run when necessary, but he is not a particularly agile threat with his legs. Furthermore, he doesn't have a powerful arm, doesn't anticipate open spaces notably, and is not a standout runner with the ball. Thus, the physical traits that indicate high potential are limited. There is no indication that he will become a top 5 or 10 quarterback in the National Football League. It seems his ceiling lies in the 12 to 20 range, in my view. Therefore, I rank him as a player who should be selected at the end of the first round or the beginning of the second. I believe his floor is generally high because he's accurate and has good mental processing. He can step out of the pocket and handle pressure adequately. There are many positives, but the lack of physical skills combined with the lack of anticipation really limits his overall potential. A comparison could be made to a quarterback who was a reliable starter for a long time, but never stood out as an elite player. To optimize his potential, it's essential to have a solid running game, as well as a strong defense and good receiving options. There are concerns regarding this quarterback. He acted as a reliable starter in the league for an extended period, but never reached elite status. For him to maximize his potential, a strong running game, as well as a robust defense and quality receiving options, are crucial. These factors are vital for success, and the presence of a good offensive coordinator is necessary to create opportunities. If I were on a team making decisions, I would likely hesitate to make a trade for him. This hesitation stems from his arm strength. In a division, a less powerful arm is undesirable, especially in adverse weather conditions. Furthermore, I have reservations about his performance on the field, particularly regarding anticipation, which could result in a significant number of interceptions early in his career. However, I believe someone will bet on him within the first 5 picks, or at the very least in the top 10, and I wouldn't be surprised if a team known for making mistakes at the quarterback position opts for him. If I had to make a prediction, I would say he could end up with that team. Feel free to share your opinions on the likelihood of a team selecting a quarterback in the first round this year. Please provide your estimate on a scale from 0 to 100, where 0 means no chance and 100 represents a guaranteed pick. I look forward to hearing your thoughts. I will soon address a topic related to a partnership. In the meantime, feel free to comment with your number between 0 and 100. Let's take a moment to address an exciting opportunity related to real money sports actions directly available on your cell phone. You can download the app for free and join a community of over 10 million participants. This platform launched the innovative Flex Play feature, allowing users to withdraw their winnings even if their team is not perfect. You can double your earnings even if one of your picks is unsuccessful. The platform values its members, ensuring that all withdrawals are processed quickly, securely, and reliably. When your selections succeed, you can access your funds in just 15 minutes. Moreover, there are weekly promotions that can result in significant payments, where some player projections have their values reduced, increasing the attractiveness of their teams. If you're curious about how it works, just download the app and explore the various statistical projections available in sports like basketball, baseball, NASCAR racing, mixed martial arts, and more. You can choose from 2 to 6 statistical projections, deciding whether you believe they will be over or under the numbers presented. If you get them all right, or most of them using the Flex Play option, you can make some gains today. Now, let's change the subject and discuss an athlete who has been associated with the Pittsburgh Steelers in the first round of the draft. He has become a controversial figure among Steelers fans, generating strong opinions both for and against him. Let's examine the reasons why he deserves your support. One of the key points to highlight is his impressive arm strength, which I would rate between B+ and among NFL quarterbacks. His power on the throw stands out compared to other quarterbacks, allowing him to make effective passes at different levels of the field. In addition to this strength, he shows remarkable accuracy, solidifying his case to be one of the most accurate quarterbacks in this draft class. While some might argue that other quarterbacks are better at short and intermediate passes, his overall accuracy shouldn't be underestimated. Another quarterback also has the ability to throw the ball in all areas of the field, along with impressive accuracy. It can be argued that this athlete is the most accurate of his peers in this class. While another quarterback is very precise on his short and intermediate passes, when examining deep throws, one might argue in favor of this player, who consistently delivers the ball on time and on target. Additionally, he demonstrates excellent touch on deep passes. It's worth noting that another quarterback also has the ability to throw with finesse, but this player's ability to throw with arcs on passes and place them perfectly along the sideline aligns with what the Pittsburgh Steelers are looking for in a starting quarterback. Furthermore, his efficiency in deep passes during his college career was exceptional. He had several deep plays, and his ability to complete passes for significant gains will surely catch the attention of the Steelers. This player also stands out as a runner. While he is not considered an explosive runner, he is effective in moving and creating opportunities for himself. When given the chance to run, he can gain valuable yards. His game film shows flashes of anticipation, highlighting his ability to predict open route concepts, which I believe exceeds the anticipation of other athletes at this stage. Furthermore, there are signs of strong mental processing, though it may be challenging to evaluate fully due to his college team's offensive style, which often relied on quick reads for running or play changes. However, especially during the second half of last season, he showed the ability to progress through his reads from 1 to 2 to 3 and even 4, effectively navigating through the entire progression on the field. We'll have to see if this ability translates to the next level. I really admire his competitiveness. It's clear in the film that he's the type of player that others love to play for. This trait is undoubtedly attractive to the coach. Now, let's look at the downsides. When analyzing his performance, it is clear that he has remarkable competitive resilience. The footage shows that he's the type of athlete that his teammates prefer to have around, which will no doubt attract the attention of the head coach. However, there are some areas that need attention. One important point is his mental processing ability, which raises some uncertainties. During his time at the institution, this ability was not often demonstrated, as the offensive scheme usually made his reads simpler. The offense was heavily based on first-read options, meaning he was not often challenged to progress through multiple reads. Although on some occasions he showed he could do it, this wasn't a common practice. Therefore, it will be vital to analyze how quickly he can process tactical information. Another negative point in his analysis is his presence in the pocket. This aspect may limit his potential, as his awareness of pressure and his ability to decide when to step up or escape are limited. He tends to move toward the pressure, which is concerning. This represents a significant disadvantage in his overall profile. Additionally, his decision-making has been inconsistent, especially in crucial moments. In a game against Florida's team last year, he made several bad choices that led to turnovers, including 2 interceptions and a third that could have easily turned into another. There are various situations in his film that raise questions about his reasoning, especially when attempting risky passes in triple coverage. This inconsistency is worrying for any coach who values quarterbacks who aim to minimize turnovers. Regarding the offensive system he was part of, it was predominantly based on short passes and run-pass option plays, with many actions designed to look open on the first read. This approach won't translate effectively to the professional league. He needs to show the ability to process a defense both before and after the snap at a high level every week if he truly aims to be a starting quarterback in this league. There are aspects of his game that were set up for simplified reads, but this won't work in the professional league. He needs to prove that he can process a defense effectively, both before and after the snap, at a high level every Sunday if he wants to secure a full-time starting role in this league. Shatter Sanders is an athlete whose evaluation is very similar to Jackson Dart's, but both have immense potential to become good quarterbacks in the NFL, provided they find the right team. However, I would like to address a player who really surprises me, and whom I probably view more favorably than most, while my perception of Jackson Dart and Shatter Sanders is a bit more cautious. I am referring to Tyler Shough from the University of Louisville. Let's explore some of his weaknesses later, but first, it's necessary to highlight the various positive aspects of his performance. To start, he is the most refined mental processor in this class. His ability to quickly transition between reads from the first to the fourth target is worthy of a professional player. Additionally, his ability to make good decisions while processing information, both before and after the snap, is admirable. Without a doubt, he stands out as the most complete mental processor in this group. Secondly, his arm strength and talent are quite high, rating above players like Mahomes, Allen, or Anthony Richardson, though he still possesses a very adequate arm for the NFL. He is capable of throwing the ball from various platforms and angles, a feature I greatly appreciate. Moreover, his mechanics are agile and precise, both in terms of leg movement and upper body use. These fluid and repetitive mechanics favor great accuracy. Tyler Shough stands out alongside Jackson Dart as one of the most accurate quarterbacks in this class, and I would say he has a slight edge over Dart in terms of overall accuracy. His standout feature comes from his repetitive mechanics. While Sanders struggles with anticipating plays and Dart shows glimpses of this skill is something we see consistently in Tyler Shough's tape. His anticipation is truly impressive, especially within the game's dynamics. He can perceive the defense's intentions, recognizes the coverage they are using, and understands when his receivers are about to break free, throwing the ball before the defense has a chance to react. Another point that really impresses me about Tyler Shough is his ability to read defensive formations. He identifies the opposing team's intentions, recognizes the coverage they're in, and has the ability to predict when his receivers will get open, enabling him to release the pass before the defense can react. But before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to Steelers Nation Central and hit the like button on this video. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the Pittsburgh Steelers. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. In a move that could reshape the future of the Pittsburgh Steelers, the team has expressed growing excitement over the potential acquisition of Tyreek Hill. With his blistering speed and game-changing playmaking ability, Hill, who led the NFL in receiving yards during the 2023 season, could inject an electrifying new energy into the Steelers' offense. Known for his Cheetah nickname, Hill has long been one of the league's most dangerous wide receivers, and his skill set could complement Pittsburgh's already dynamic playbook in ways that could leave defenses scrambling. Hill's potential move to Pittsburgh is creating a buzz among fans and analysts alike. With his remarkable ability to stretch the field and break tackles, the Steelers' offense would not only gain a top-tier receiver, but could also open up opportunities for their running game and the development of young quarterbacks. Imagine Hill's speed working in tandem with the likes of Pittsburgh's promising wideouts, creating an offensive juggernaut that would challenge the most elite defenses in the league. However, Hill's recent frustration with his current team, the Miami Dolphins, has sparked speculation about his future. After an emotional outburst following a season-ending loss, the possibility of him leaving Miami for a fresh start with the Steelers becomes more intriguing. Pittsburgh's interest in Hill seems more than just a rumor. It's a strategic move to elevate their offensive power and add one of the NFL's brightest stars to their roster. If negotiations move forward, fans can expect the Steelers to be a formidable force in the upcoming seasons. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the Pittsburgh Steelers, make sure to subscribe to Steelers Nation Central and give this video a like. We always look forward to hearing your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.